In the heart of Granada, Spain, a palace stands as a testament to one of humanity's greatest artistic achievements. Every wall, every dome, every arch whispers a language older than words, a language of geometry. This is not merely decoration. This is mathematics made visible, philosophy carved in stone, spirituality expressed through symmetry. Welcome to a journey through the sacred geometry of Islamic architecture, where art, faith, and science converge to create patterns that have inspired the world for over 1,000 years. It all begins with a circle. In Islamic geometric design, the circle is the primordial symbol, the representation of unity, the ultimate source from which all diversity emerges. From this single, perfect form, Islamic artists and mathematicians developed an entire visual vocabulary. By dividing the circle into 4, 5, or 6 segments, they created what scholars call fourfold, fivefold, and sixfold designs, the foundational grammar of Islamic pattern. During the Islamic Golden Age, from the 8th to the 13th century, mathematicians like Abu al-Wafa al-Budzani and Omar Khayyam didn't just study geometry in abstract. They taught practical geometry to artisans, directly influencing the design of mosques, palaces, and public spaces. These patterns are built from just 4 basic repeat units: circles and interlaced circles, squares and 4-sided polygons, star patterns derived from triangles inscribed in circles, and multi-sided polygons. Yet from these simple elements, infinite complexity emerges. What makes Islamic geometry unique is not just its mathematical precision, but its philosophical purpose. In a tradition that generally avoids depicting living beings in religious contexts, geometry became a primary language of spiritual expression.
Every pattern carries meaning. The repetition and symmetry inherent in these designs reflect the infinite nature of the divine and the underlying order of the universe. When you gaze upon a 16-pointed star radiating from a central point, you are not just seeing decoration. You are witnessing a visual meditation on unity, the idea that all creation emanates from a single eternal source. Geometry rarely stands alone. It dances with calligraphy, the sacred word, and with vegetal arabesques, forming a triad of non-figural decoration that defines Islamic artistic identity. Together, they create spaces designed not just to be seen, but to be contemplated. These patterns were never meant to be merely beautiful. They were designed to facilitate spiritual reflection, to guide the believer's mind from the finite world of form toward the infinite reality of the divine. What's extraordinary is how these patterns operate on multiple levels. From a distance, you see harmony and order. Up close, you discover layers of complexity. It's a visual metaphor for the relationship between the apparent and the hidden, the material and the spiritual.
So how were these patterns actually created? Historically, artisans used 2 primary methods. First, the radial gira method. The artist begins with a circle, draws radiating lines from its center, and uses the intersection points to construct stars and polygons. The entire pattern grows organically from that central point. Second, the polygon in contact method, a tiling-based approach discovered by scholar E.H. Hankin. Here, designers start with a grid of polygons, then draw lines connecting their midpoints to generate the interlacing patterns we recognize. Evidence of these methods survives in remarkable documents like the 15th century Topkapi scroll, a pattern book containing over 100 geometric designs, likely used as a reference for architects and craftsmen. But Islamic geometry wasn't confined to flat surfaces. One of its greatest achievements was adapting complex patterns to 3-dimensional forms: domes, vaults, and muqarnas, those stunning stalactite-like structures that transition between square rooms and circular domes. The muqarnas represents a triumph of geometric thinking. By breaking a double-curved surface into hundreds of small, single-curved units, craftsmen could construct seemingly impossible forms using only compass, straightedge, and profound spatial intuition. What's remarkable is that some Islamic patterns exhibit what we now call quasi-periodic symmetry, patterns that never exactly repeat, yet maintain perfect order. The Darb-e-Imam shrine in Isfahan, built in the 15th century, contains designs that anticipate mathematical concepts not formally described in the West until the 1970s.
No discussion of Islamic geometry is complete without the Alhambra. This 14th century palace in Granada contains over 10,000 distinct geometric patterns, so comprehensive that some scholars believe it represents all 17 possible plane symmetry groups. Here, geometry is everywhere. In the zealage tilework of the courtyards, the carved stucco of the halls, the wooden ceilings of the royal apartments. Each space tells a different geometric story. Travel east to Isfahan, Iran, and you encounter the Sheikh Lotfollah Mosque. Its dome features a breathtaking sunburst pattern of 32 interlocking stars, radiating from a central point like light from the divine. As daylight moves across the dome, the pattern seems to shimmer and transform, a deliberate effect, reminding worshippers of the impermanence of the material world and the constancy of the eternal. In Cordoba, Spain, the Great Mosque demonstrates how geometry shapes not just decoration, but structure itself. The iconic double arches, red and white voussoirs alternating in perfect rhythm, create a visual geometry that guides the eye and the spirit toward the mihrab. And in Jerusalem, the Dome of the Rock stands as one of the earliest masterpieces of Islamic architectural geometry. Its octagonal plan, intricate mosaic bands, and proportional harmony reflect a sophisticated understanding of sacred geometry dating to the 7th century. From the turquoise tiles of Istanbul to the marble inlays of Agra, from the terracotta patterns of Timbuktu to the wooden lattices of Cairo, Islamic geometry adapted to local materials and traditions while maintaining its core principles of symmetry, proportion, and spiritual intention.
Islamic geometry was never just about beauty. It was also profoundly practical, especially in the realm of environmental design. Elements like the mashrabiyah, wooden lattice screens featuring geometric patterns, serve multiple functions. They provide shade, ensure privacy, allow airflow, and diffuse harsh sunlight into soft, patterned illumination. Similarly, Orosi windows, combining geometric woodwork with colored glass, create interiors that are cool in summer, warm in winter, and filled with ever-changing colored light. These are not ornaments. They are early examples of sustainable, climate-responsive architecture. When we study traditional Islamic architecture today, we're not just admiring art. We're discovering passive cooling strategies, natural lighting solutions, and material efficiencies that are incredibly relevant to contemporary sustainable design. Geometry wasn't decoration, it was technology. The language of Islamic geometry continues to evolve. Today, architects like Jean Nouvel, Zaha Hadid, and Norman Foster draw upon these ancient principles to create cutting-edge contemporary structures. Modern technology has opened new frontiers. Using algorithms, 3D printing, and parametric design software, designers can now explore Islamic geometric principles in ways unimaginable to medieval craftsmen, creating adaptive facades, kinetic structures, and immersive installations. But the tradition also lives on through education and craft. From workshops in Fez to university courses in Istanbul, a new generation is learning the ancient methods, ensuring that this profound visual language remains a living tradition, not just a historical artifact. When I teach a young person to cut a zealage tile, I am not just teaching a skill. I am passing on a way of seeing the world, a belief that beauty, order, and meaning can be found in the relationship between simple forms. That is a gift that never grows old. In a world often divided by difference, Islamic geometric art offers a powerful reminder that from simple principles, circle, line, proportion, can emerge infinite complexity. That order and beauty are not opposites, but partners. That the pursuit of knowledge, faith, and artistry can converge to create something transcendent. The geometry of Islamic architecture is more than a style. It is a philosophy made visible, a prayer in pattern, a timeless invitation to look deeper, to find in the harmony of form a reflection of the harmony of existence itself.